All right, what's going on, man? Back again. Let's just jump right back into it. Let's just jump right back into the game, man. Let's just talk about Cincinnati, West Virginia versus Cincinnati, Paul Brown Stadium, the Cincinnati Bengals stadium, home field, whatever. Okay, first and foremost, man. First and foremost, what's that cliche that we always hear a million times? Everybody always says it. A win is a win, right? A win is a win. A loss is a loss. Okay? No matter if it's by one or by a million. When a clock hits quadruple zeros or double zeros, and whoever has the most points, that's what matters. So, case in point, we won. We beat Cincinnati. There you go. Now, it was very, very ugly. All right, very ugly. Very, very frustrating, very annoying. This West Virginia team is so frustrating, and you just go on so many. It's like an emotional roller coaster, man. So many highs and so many lows, and then you got, the officiating to deal with. I mean, come on, man. Let's call a spade a spade. That officiating crew was horrible. It was horrible. It was terrible, man. I mean, oh my gosh. They slowed both teams down. And there were definitely some questionable calls for both sides, okay? We ended up on a short side of the stick with the penalties. There were so many penalties that we got that it was just like, I was just laughing every time we got a penalty. Like, okay, fine, whatever, Now, I'm not saying that they were in it for Cincinnati and, trying to do everything in their power to make sure Cincinnati won the game. Because, no, they weren't doing that. They were just horrible. They were just horrible, man. Now, I know Cincinnati fans, hey, what if, What if the referees said that Sean Alston, our running back, what if they said that he never crossed when we were down at our own goal line? What if that was a safety? Would Zach Carleros still be in the game right now? Would y'all have won? What if? What if Zach Carleros didn't get hurt? Who knows? Y'all, I mean, it's a valid point. Everybody would feel the same way, and I understand. Okay, you never want to see a player of Zach Carleros's capability to go down, especially playing at the quarterback position. We all know how significant a role the quarterback plays on every level. You never want to see the quarterback go down, and for that to happen to Zach Carleros, very heartfelt, man. I feel bad for y'all. I feel for you guys, man. I hope, speedy recovery for Zach Carleros, man. I respect his game so much. He's a good, respectable young man. He's a good leader, and he's done some very good things for Cincinnati, and I'm pretty sure he's loved in that community. So hopefully, man, he comes back, man. Seriously, man. On some real stuff, man. Hopefully he comes back. Now, let's jump back into the game, okay? Like I said before, it's an emotional roller coaster. We did some good things. We did some bad things. We did some hair-raising things. And we did some, rah-rah things. Offense, horrible job of running the ball. But then you have to take into the fact that Cincinnati has a very, very good defense, and you would never have thought that Cincinnati would have had like one of the better defenses, but it was definitely shown on display that day. I mean, not even that, but for their defensive linemen. I mean, how many sacks did they have? They were just getting in on Geno Smith, man, just completely moving our offensive linemen out of the way and just disrupting the flow. But Geno did just enough to put our team over the top. Geno does have the tendency to hold on to the ball a little bit too long. But at the same time, you know, he's not throwing interceptions. But man, I mean, sometimes when you hold on to the ball too long, you might get that strip. You might get that fumble. And you saw it. We were fortunate to land on it. So it's how he is. We have to learn to live with it. I know Holgerson has been drilling into his head to get the ball out of his hands. You see how it went down with Brandon Wheaton, Case Keenum, and all his previous quarterbacks. How the ball just gets out. That's just Geno, man. It's just the way he is. But he's working on it. I'm glad Geno's our quarterback. Don't get it twisted. All right. Defense. Defense did okay. They stepped up when it really mattered. Now Isaiah Pete is a beast. He's a beast. He was going to get his. He was going to get his. Isaiah Pete could run on anybody, man. He's a really good running back, and when he was making those big time runs, I was just saying to myself, that's just Isaiah Pete. But we did do a better job of slowing him down somewhat in the second half. Pass defense, mixed bag yet again. Countless times, when Zach Collaros was in the game, countless times he was converting on third downs and, finding wide open wide receivers. So, like I said before, did just enough. Okay, now, Bruce Irvin, man. Thank goodness we have Bruce Irvin on this squad, because honestly, man, it seems like he's the only person. Now, I'm not knocking any of our teammates. I mean, any of our players, but he's the only person that can get to the quarterback consistently, And everybody and their mom knows that when Bruce Irvin is in the game, he's coming for the quarterback. So pressure, they do send extra help on his side. Sometimes you see they bring the running back or wide receiver or tight end. They bring it, but he still manages somehow to cause havoc and just mess up the flow of the quarterback and the wide receivers and the timing, and put our defense in good positions. So I'm glad we have Bruce Irvin. He definitely, that was probably one of his best games of his career here at West Virginia. I mean, tackles for losses. Did he get a sack? I don't know. He caused a fumble and knocked Zach Collaros out of the game, unfortunately. But man, he was just, like I said, man, he was just in the backfield, just causing havoc. Oh man. But then their second string, Munchie Legault, he came in and did what I expected, right? Like on his first possession, he throws the interception, overthrows his receiver. I'm saying to myself, oh yeah. But then, hey, what? He's 6'5", looks like a scrambling quarterback. Obviously, he's a scrambler. He made some things happen with his feet, and for a few possessions there, I was getting nervous, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, oh man, we prepared all week for Zach Collaros. Now this guy Munchie comes in. He's a scrambler, and you know how scramblers how we can have trouble against scramblers. He saw what he did, and he was starting to get confident with his throws too. So, but we did just enough. We did just enough. And obviously the special teams play at the end of the game. Special teams, man. Special teams. Either it's this thing or it's another thing. Okay? Horrible job field goal kicking. Missed it. Blocked field goal. Did we miss it? Just, But whatever, man. Let's talk about, some individual performers. Stedman Bailey had a very, very good game. Like I said, Bruce Irvin before, Geno Smith, despite, holding on to the ball, whatever, the fumble. He made things happen. Tavon Austin, man. Tavon Austin. Let me tell y'all something about Tavon Austin. Tavon Austin is probably one of the better pure skilled runners to come into college football in some time. Like honestly, bro, Tavon Austin is a very, very gifted person. I said this point before in one of my last videos. He is basically a street ball basketball player put inside of a football player's body. You can tell he used to play basketball before. Just his ability to set defenders up and get them off balance one way, or to just attack them, whether if it's like a jab step, attack them with a jab step, and just cause them to like flinch. It's just amazing, man. It's amazing. And Coach Holgorsen said before the season that Tavon Austin, countless times, that Tavon Austin is probably the quickest player he's ever coached or seen. And he was talking about how he's like quick twitched and whatnot. Tavon Austin has this mechanism inside of him. Coach Holgorsen said this, like, he's got this weird combination of quickness and strength. I don't know what it is, if it's like his quick twitch muscles, like, it's just so hard to explain, like how he's able to like just move like so like suddenly, and it like you see that as a defender, he actually comes at you and he like twitches, and it just does something to the defender's minds where it just scrambles their mind, and they're just like, whoa, he's just very hard to tackle. Like, he's just very hard to tackle, and he's gonna be. I'm really excited to see what he does down in the future. So that's what I wanted to say about Tavon Austin. But a win is a win. Hey, it was ugly. The refs were annoying. They were bad. They were horrible. I think this win was very good for the team. All of us, every part of our game aspect, we grew. Coaches grew, players grew, fans grew. Now we've been through adversity. We know what it feels like, and going forward, a game like this is definitely to be on top. Coming out on top of a game like this, especially, helps in the long run. So who knows, man? Big East is, that closer to being super wide open. Again, we need Cincinnati to lose. We need Louisville to lose again. Hey, of course Cincinnati was going to lose, Come on, this is the Big East. You know how it goes down. Make it exciting to the very end. So we'll see, man. Next team on deck, Pittsburgh at home. Let's see what happens. Backyard brawl. This is going to be an exciting game. It's going to be a fun game. But we'll see how it goes. All right. Peace out, y'all.